will probably know this, but for some people, most people don't know that you actually had an opportunity to work in 2 other series as well of Power Rangers, but as the voice actor. How did that come about? I mean, I'm sure that must have been kind of surreal coming back and like, now you're on the other side, or how was that?
It was fun. I mean, really, it was not. I can say that it wasn't that big of a deal in a way. I mean, it was kind of like I had a good relationship with the people that were working doing voiceovers and looping ADR. They're my friends. So they just called me and said, "Hey, would you be interested in, voicing our character in Forever Red?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" So it was just, come on down, and they showed me the stuff, and I had to come up with a voice, and I just became a monster. So it was like, that was kind of fun. I mean, it was, obviously being a ranger, being on camera and being a ranger was a lot more work and a lot more fun. But after I left the show, it was a great way to come back and do something. The other thing is, for me, I haven't been back to the show since, and although I would love to go back, the problem is I'm a union actor. I left the show, I joined the union, and I've been a union actor for like over 20 years. Union is Screen Actors Guild. It's a union for television actors and film actors, and unfortunately, Power Rangers was never union. It continues to be non-union. So it's difficult for me to go back and be an on-camera actor on the show because it's a non-union show. But I was able to do voiceover, and I think the truth of the matter is I don't think my name was ever actually supposed to be, I wasn't supposed to be credited for the voices. Like, I think it was under a different name, but it came out, so whatever, it's all good. I was happy that I was able to be part of that now. It's still, they've had me come back for a couple of things, like I did, Austin and I went back and did the Lost episode on television. We introduced the Lost episode, and that was on camera, but it was as myself, so. But it was cool to go back and still be part of the show and to give back to it. It's been a great experience.
You did mention that the show has already, I think it's almost 25 years old. Almost getting there. 20 years.
Last year was our 20-year anniversary.
There you go. At what point did you realize we created something special? Because it's kind of hard to do it when you're in there, when you're part of the show. I mean, yes, of course, you get to talk to the fans and you get all that good stuff, but at what point did you realize, man, we made something special? We did something that's going to last longer than sometimes even ourselves.
Well, the first season of the show, when it became the #1 kids show, right? So we had amazing numbers. When you have a television show, they have Nielsen ratings, and so the ratings tell the networks how well the show is doing, and then advertisers jump on the show, and that's the way, the numbers speak for how well the show is doing. So we heard the numbers, and they were like, these numbers have not been seen, so they were excited about the show. So we knew we had a hit, when we had a hit, but we didn't know that it was going to be as big as it was. And then we had a show at Universal Studios where it was supposed to start off as like a little show. We're going to do a little show. But we did the show at the Universal Amphitheater, and we sold it out 6 times in a day. And Universal Amphitheater holds like something like 30,000 people. So it was crazy. It was crazy. It was like my biggest rock star moment, because they say, he dons the power of the Mastodon, he is Zack, the Black Ranger. I take off my helmet, and the crowd goes, and there's lights everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what it's like to be a rock star. Because, it was amazing. It was blinding. It was like the lights were just everywhere, just like dots of lights. And I was like, wow. And we did that 6 times in a day. At the end of that day, I was like, wow, okay, we really did something special. And then, for the show to have aired in 40 countries around the world and to have as many fans as we have, I think, I knew at that point that we definitely had done something that was pretty amazing. I mean, not everybody gets to have video games and pictures and trading cards and T-shirts and so forth and so on. Action figures. It would have been really nice to get paid on that stuff, but but the fact that it was there is pretty.